What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to cover the Steam Black Friday deals that are running right now. A ton of publisher sales are live right now, and I am here to highlight some more deals under $10. We already did one under $10 video a few days ago. You guys seem to be enjoying that. That video did really well, thanks to you guys on that, but that video was a couple days ago, and a lot of the other publishers have rolled out more deals and whatnot, so there's even more under $10 deals, and I feel like the under $10 threshold is where you're really getting a lot of the great stuff. So with that being said, got a lot of deals to go over, so let's get right into it. And Microsoft has kicked off their publisher sales, and of course, I'd be remiss if I don't give Halo the Master Chief Collection a shout. 75% off for $9.99. Yes, I know that Halo 1 is getting its full-on remake, but that remake is probably gonna end up being at least $50. I could very well see it being $70, so, you know, that's gonna be a hefty price point, and people are still gonna want to play the original. Like, that's always the case with the remakes. I feel like the originals still hold up, and you've got, in the Master Chief Collection, you've got so much content here. You've got Halo Combat Evolved, you've got Halo 2, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, and you have the excellent Halo Reach in there as well. Halo Reach is absolutely phenomenal, so having that game in this collection is tremendous as well. A great collection of games, and for $9.99 it is outstanding. I saw that the Xbox 360, I believe it was yesterday, celebrated its 20 years of being on the market, so that's just insane to think about. And obviously, you know, while Xbox is absolutely washed at this stage of the game, you know, Halo and the older Halo games, like up to Halo Reach, man, I feel like it was at another level. But $9.99 on that, great pickup there. Next, we have Dead Space the Remake, 85% off for $8.99. Sub $10 for the Dead Space Remake is insane. I mean, this deal is nuts, and I would highly recommend it. I know that it had some issues on PC as far as, you know, some stuttering issues and things of that nature. However, I played it on PC. My experience was rather good. I do know that the game is Steam Deck verified. However, I would take that with a grain of salt. Like, sometimes the Steam Deck verification labels are worth nothing. But Dead Space Remake, really solid remake. Unfortunately, it looks like Dead Space as an IP is going to get benched once again, so it is what it is. These things happen in gaming, but $8.99 for the Dead Space Remake, great deal there. Definitely recommend that. Ghostrunner is 75% off for $7.49. Now, I really dug Ghostrunner. However, the game at times can be brutally difficult, in the sense of I damn near broke a controller playing Ghostrunner. It got that infuriating at times. However, what Ghostrunner does really well is that it's a super fast-paced game and keeps things moving. So yes, you will fail. However, Ghostrunner does such a good job of getting you right back into the gameplay that you'll just keep playing it and keep playing it. It's a super addicting game, even though it is absolutely infuriating at times. For $7.49, I do think it's a really good deal, and I would check it out if you're looking for something a little bit more challenging. Next up, the Remedy game that's often forgotten about, Quantum Break is 80% off for $7.99. Now, Quantum Break certainly had its issues, and I think the expectations out of what this game was going to become, more so by Xbox than anyone else, was way more ambitious than what it was ever going to be. However, it ended up being a really cinematic action title, and I think it's worth a playthrough, especially at this price point of $8. I like Remedy as a studio. I think they do a lot of cool narrative-driven titles, and I thought Quantum Break was a pretty good game. For $8, I would definitely say it's a good pickup, and I would give it a recommendation. Again, this is the right price point for a game like this. Next up, we have Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition, 75% off for $7.49. Now, this is a game that you do have to play with keyboard and mouse. It does not have controller support. Dragon Age Origins did come out on consoles, but back in 2009, it's not like controller support was one of the things of utmost importance, and on top of that, Dragon Age on PC was almost like a different game than Dragon Age on consoles, like just mechanically a little bit different design. I thought Dragon Age Origins was a great game, and I actually played through it a couple months ago on PC using keyboard and mouse, and if you know me, I hate playing games with keyboard and mouse at this stage of the game. I'm old and washed up, and I just want to kick back with a controller, but yeah, Dragon Age Origins was awesome. One thing about this game, that menu theme in this game is so good. I feel like that menu theme right away sets the tone for how epic of a game that you're gonna get. You know, the word epic is thrown around a lot, but I thought Dragon Age Origins really had that epic vibe going for it the whole way through. Like, just the scale of the game, even back then in 09, and certainly The visuals are gonna be a bit dated, but narratively it's still great. The gameplay is quite good, and the soundtrack, like I said, is awesome. $7.49, and you get the Awakening expansion as well. Definitely a good pickup there. Next up, we have LA Noire, $5.99 on this. LA Noire is one of the forgotten Rockstar games, more on another forgotten Rockstar game in a little bit, but I thought it ended up really, really good. I know that back in the day it was in development for a really long time, seemed to hit some development turmoil as well, but it ended up being a great game. Narrative focus, great setting as well, and the ambiance and the vibe of the game was great. And I remember when it came out back in 2011, I want to say it was, like, I was blown away by the animations and whatnot. I just thought they did a blow-away job as far as that's concerned. But yeah, $5.99 on that, great pickup there. Max Payne 3, another forgotten Rockstar game. They should really update the game, maybe remaster it, re-release it, whatever the case may be, but Max Payne 3 is $5.99. Remedy is working on Max Payne 1 and 2 remake, so that's pretty cool, but Max Payne 3 was an awesome game, and this was one of the very early games that I played on PC. I remember being blown away by the visuals back in 2012, and they still hold up fairly well. Like, it's still a good-looking game, and the bullet time shooting mechanics, I thought those worked quite well. More of a mature, gritty action title, so keep that in mind, but very, very good, and for $5.99, I think this is a really solid pickup. Ender Lilies Quietus of the Night, 90% off for $9.99, a dark fantasy 2D action RPG about unraveling the mysteries of a destroyed kingdom on the sorrowful journey. Encounter horrific enemies against whom a moment of inattention could be fatal. Overcome these hardships and seek the truth with the help of the fallen knights. Metroidvania with a dark fantasy aesthetic to it. Just had a sequel release as well, Ender Magnolia, but yeah, go play Ender Lilies for $9.99. Pretty good pickup if you're into your darker Metroidvanias. Mirror's Edge, a little bit pricier than I would like, but it's $6.99, still a pretty good price point on this. I played Mirror's Edge back when it came out on consoles in 2008, and I loved it. I remember back in the day, people were talking about doing their pacifist runs and playing the game more so for the focus on the parkour and the platforming rather than the shooting gameplay, and I really feel like that's how you can appreciate Mirror's Edge the most. I think it's a really, really well done game, and not a super lengthy game, but for a game like this, you don't want it to be, you know, even 15 hours long would probably be too much for the style of game that it is, but it's a well-done game for $6.99, a good pickup there. Prototype 2 is 80% off for $7.99. Prototype 1 is on sale, and you can get the Prototype bundle for $11.99, the Prototype franchise pack, I should say. Prototype 2 was a good game. Once again, parlaying the over-the-top action gameplay from the first game. Like, Prototype does a really good job of making you feel like an absolute badass. Even though I wouldn't say it's incredibly gripping from a narrative standpoint. I remember with Prototype 1, and I just played through Prototype 1 recently, so it's a little bit fresher in my mind, but it was so cringe from a dialogue standpoint, and Prototype 2 doesn't... It's not like Prototype 2 was revolutionary from a voice acting and dialogue standpoint either, but from a gameplay standpoint and making you feel like a badass, yeah, Prototype does that really well. And Prototype 2 here for $7.99. Next up, we have Pillars of Eternity, 75% off for $9.99. This was the last game from Obsidian that I thought was a truly great game. I know people love Obsidian and love a lot of the games that they put out. I'm playing Outer Worlds 2 right now, and it's a fine game. It's serviceable, but Pillars of Eternity, to me, was an RPG with a lot of depth to it, a lot of nuance to its story, and great writing as well. I feel like the writing in a lot of the Obsidian games recently has just been kind of mediocre, but I enjoyed Pillars of Eternity quite a lot from that standpoint, and I would say for $9.99 you get the expansions in this game as well, White March Part 1 and 2, so definitely a good pickup there, quite the sizable undertaking there as well. Next up, another great RPG, Dragon Age Inquisition from BioWare. It is 75% off for $9.99 for the Game of the Year edition with the DLC. BioWare at this point is absolutely washed, but a lot of people view Dragon Age Inquisition as their last truly great game, and I would probably agree with people on that. As far as a new game, yeah, this game came out 11 years ago. That's how cooked BioWare is. But Dragon Age Inquisition turned out to be a really, really solid action RPG. Good story, great visuals that I feel like hold up, and still very much worth a playthrough at $9.99. I would give that a shout. Mafia Definitive Edition, 85% off for $5.99. Mafia Definitive Edition is awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. The racing section in this game is still garbage, and I mean, the racing section in Mafia the Old Country is pretty bad as well. They just gotta take the L on the racing sections. You ain't built for it. Just focus on your core linear narrative experiences, and they work really well, and I thought Mafia 1 was really good in that regard. It Takes Two is $9.99 co-op title done by Hazelight, who also did Split Fiction earlier this year. Split Fiction still goes for a pretty penny, so go play It Takes Two. This one has a lot of that same incredible game design that I felt like Split Fiction really had, in terms of taking that co-op gameplay aspect and then really focusing on that and creating compelling and unique gameplay designed around that. They do a phenomenal job, and It Takes Two is really good from a narrative standpoint as well. $9.99 on that. And then lastly, we do have Ori and the Will of the Wisps, one of the greatest Metroidvanias of all time. Received incredibly well, 29,000 reviews, 96% positive, has an 88 on Metacritic, and play Ori and the Blind Forest for sure first, but Will of the Wisps is a fantastic game. And unfortunate that we don't get more content like this from Moon Studios. Moon Studios was working on No Rest for the Wicked, which is in early access, had a bit of turmoil, but it is what it is. This game is great, $7.49, great pickup on that. And that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great Steam game deals, under $10 for Black Friday. Links to all of these in the description box below. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.